Join us today as we work on this Portulacaria afro, or better known as Dwarf Jade, during this long extension and during the summertime. Well, welcome back everybody. So this is our basic summer training for this Dwarf Jade, or this is actually a cork jade that I got from Frankie during 2018-2019 Bonsai-a-thon. Grew it about 1 or 2 years in, what was that? I think it was a 4-inch container, and then transferred it to this lovely pot, and it's been growing ever since. Last year we took out that little nub here. I might have to go back and kind of clean that a little bit. And I just let it grow. Most of my jades, I just let it grow, try and gain some strength. And right now, during summer maintenance, what I will go is cut all these long nodes back to the horizontal nodes. And then all these extra cuttings, I'll actually put it into a growing tray. So I have some propagation that is going on. This is probably the only one I would do propagations, just because it's so darn easy. So some things to look for is right here in the front, you can see this one branch is going straight up. It's because when these things grow, they grow in opposites. Yeah, they grow opposites. And one will go horizontal and the other one will go vertical, and they'll alternate that way. So when you're trimming, you gotta make sure you're hitting the one that's going in that horizontal plane. If you're cutting it to those two nodes that go into the vertical plane, it will shoot straight up like this, and you'll have this issue a little later. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go this really quick, is actually go through this process, and then it's just rinse repeats really of dwarf jades. And the fun part about dwarf jades are, you know, some people don't consider these as bonsai material because, you know, it's a succulent. It's not a like a plant or a tree per se that people say that. But I think they are a great beginner material to understand, you know, the form, how things grow. I think it's a great opportunity for people to like get into the hobby without, you know, spending a lot of money. I mean, I'm pretty cheap, but this is one way for someone that would love to get into bonsai. It's an easy gateway, well, as they call it, gateway drug. This is like a gateway plant into bonsai, I think. So basically, I'm just cutting down to the nodes, make sure they're pointing in the horizontal plane. Anything that's pointing vertically or anything that's pointing up or down, I'm trimming those off and cutting a little shorter, but that's it. So I'm just kind of, you can see I just clean that up a little bit. Anything that's going down, I'm trying to trim that out. I want that energy to go up and out as much as I can. And the rest of these guys, I will propagate. I put them into a grow tray. If you have room in the ground, you can stick them in the ground. So that's the easy part about these dwarf jades or portulacarias. They're pretty fun. I think they're a great material. As I said, it's a great material to get into bonsai. I think it's easy to care of. So they're pretty low maintenance, honestly. And if you have one and you're watching the video, like leave me a comment. I'd love to see what do you guys think. Is Portulacaria really a bonsai material? You know, it's really controversial, but I think it's a bonsai material. I think it's great. And I'm just trimming to that silhouette to get that really full silhouette looking. And sometimes you're not gonna be able to get that really tight inner node without regrowing, and you might have to regrow like what I just did there to get that horizontal. These things will droop too, if you never knew. They actually will droop pretty significantly because of the weight of the water weight. These little things will, little leaves will hold in. See how they're like going in opposite pairs, and then the opposite pair is in the 90-degree fashion. So if this was a branch like this, if you cut it here, the next node will go up and down, and the other ones will go horizontal. What you want to do is, if this was a branch, you want to avoid as much as possible the ones going up and down. You want to hit that horizontal bud, so when they branch, they go left and right. So that's what you want to do. I haven't talked to Frank in a long time, but what I'm hearing is he's running out of material also. So that's another reason why I'm growing them now. I'm running out. I'm doing this during the height of summer too. So succulents. These things will actually freeze here in my climate. Tell me how they do in your climate. It'd be interesting that certain ones do really well. Even in a shallow pot, this guy does pretty well. So again, anything that's going up or down, just like any branches, I'm cleaning them up. I'm cutting it out so you can see what I'm doing. I finally got the other one, the one that we dug up, the non-cork version. This is a cork one. There's a non-cork version that we collected almost like 2 years ago, and it's finally doing pretty well. I think I'm ready to trim that one back. So when I get a chance, I will film that progress, or record the progress, excuse me. And just like any plant, you do not want to cut in the same spot twice. It will cause knuckling, just like any plant. So just a word of advice: if you're cut this back, make sure you're not cutting to the same point it had earlier. And the funny part is, sometimes you got to put wire to hold them up. Unlike most bonsai, we want to pull the plant down. This is actually the exact opposite, just because the water in these plants tend to push it down, droop down versus drooping up, which is, I thought was kind of interesting thought here. All right, I think that's it. What do you guys think? Right there. What do you think? Honestly, this is a really great tree. If you have a Dwarf Jade at home, leave it in the comments. What do you guys think? Is it really a bonsai? Do you think it's something that we should display and be proud of? Or is this like a sub category, like part of the succulent family? It's not really a bonsai per se. Leave in a comment. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think this belongs in our bonsai culture. It's really a subcategory, but I think it's really cool. It's a really great gateway into the hobby. And then that's pretty much it, man. If you guys like this really short video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. See you guys. Bye-bye.